Unmute
Oh
music.
yeah. Okay. I won't do that though. um. Okay. So we still got a few minutes, and maybe you'll give it a couple minutes
Yeah,
uh,
give people
after
time
the
to join.
hour. That way, yeah.
Your
Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you guys for joining.
Hi everyone. We're so
Hi.
excited to talk to you guys in here. Big Stage channel. Yippee!
Yeah. We're gonna keep it pretty casual too, and just I think if you guys want to
Oh,
ask
Flight's
questions,
here.
you should know.
Get over
Yay!
here! Get over here! Yay!
Yeah! Okay, theory.
Hi!
Good morning, afternoon, evening, folks.
This is Meet the Devs.
Whole gang is here.
You should have told us it would be casual. You won't be bored. Why are you wearing formal to a Discord stage chat? I'm kidding.
Formal. That's actually really funny. Yeah, I think Ponian will be joining us in a little bit.
In
He
a
might
little
not be
bit.
here right
It's
at
the
the end.
flight theory. Oh, wait. Oh, we have someone else here too.
Who is it?
Come on up. Hi,
No
Ah,
Gastro.
way.
Ghostron.
Hey guys,
Hello.
Hey!
Howdy.
how we doing? How we doing?
We got everyone here.
He's coming. He's here too. Pointy
Oh,
on.
thing's back.
Yay!
Yay!
What's
Let's
up, everybody?
go.
It's
Hello.
just a theory, a flight theory. Thanks for okay.
What?
God.
It's a flight theory. It's actually such a good username. Like flight theory. It's such
That's such a classic.
it's cool.
Hi, Moon. I see you in the audience.
Is there like a chat channel for this?
Yeah, just looking in the no
It's
mic
a no
chat.
mic.
Oh,
Do we get a badge for this?
I
Oh
want
my
that
god,
one guy to
Gaius
come
is in
back.
the audience too. Hi, Gaius Sierras.
Hi, friends. Okay, so it is 3 p.m. EST
Eastern
and 12 p.m.
Standard.
PST. But let's give it another minute before we really kick things off. That way, if anyone else wants to join. Yay! Happy Saturday, everyone! I hope you guys are having a good Saturday. And the Super Bowl's tomorrow. Who are you guys rooting
Is
for?
anyone rooting for anyone?
Yeah.
I have a college friend that likes the Seahawks, and then a lot of my family is from New England, so they're Patriots fans too.
the
So I
Seahawks are
guess it's
definitely
kind
gonna
of
win.
either.
I know nothing about football.
What is so super about this bowl? The answer is the commercials. I am an advertising major. I'm so biased, but the
It's so
commercials are the
stupid.
best thing ever. Oh my gosh.
Knight of Seven Kingdoms. What is that?
Oh, that's the new Game of Thrones show, right? Yeah.
Is it another? Oh my. I've
I
never
love
watched
Game
Game
of
of
Thrones.
Thrones.
It's so good.
I'm never gonna
Kill the
watch it. I'm
Super
not
Bowl.
getting
I
into the
like
hype.
my breakfast bowl.
You're never gonna get into it.
The hype. I'm telling you, the hype is it's hype for a reason. I'm telling you, it's so good.
God,
Okay.
if I would hope to ever loving everything that they would not put AI commercials on the Super Bowl. That would be just so messed up on so many levels.
Imagine I get
And
like I'll be like scrolling on TikTok and every ad is like something AI and I'm like, come on, y'all. Like we know
I
it's
just
AI.
want to see legitimate creativity,
You know?
from
Like
people like making commercials. They will yell at everything.
someone asked, do we think that Dom will come in? I don't think Dom's gonna
I don't
be
think
here.
so.
Aw, poor Dom.
Maybe not.
All right. Well, shall we begin?
I
All right.
think I'm ready.
We ready? All right.
Woo!
So first of all, hello everyone. All of our friends here. Thanks so much. Thank you very much for taking the time popping in here on this very fine, fantastic Saturday. We're meeting in here today just to go over some general topics about Dragon Adventures, answer questions, and maybe just let you guys get to know some of the team better. I know there's a number of us here. I will start off with introducing myself. So I'm Sarah. Of course, you know me as Blasty, and I'm sure you guys have seen me chatting in lobby, posting occasionally in the Dev Feed channel. I am the producer for Dragon Adventures, and what producer means is that my role on the team involves managing the schedule of production, planning out releases, designing the events, coming up with the themes of them, and basically just making sure that the development team has all of the assets they need when they need it. That also means that any of the new dragons that go in game, any new items, potions, plot themes, that's what I'm in charge of. So that's my whole realm. I've been on the team since May. However, I played Dragon Adventures for several years beforehand. So I've loved this game for a very long time, and it is the greatest honor to be able to work with the team and provide content to you all. So I am joined here by some of our other developers. We have Flaren, who is our community manager. So Flare does a lot of really, really fantastic work. They make sure that any feedback from you guys gets relayed to us, that nothing's missed, making sure that all the events are set up, and just overall communicating with you guys and back to us. And that is a really, really great help. We also have three of our engineers here. We have Ghostron Dude, we have Flight Theory, and we have Ponian. And without these three people, the game would not be possible. They are the magic behind it. Any of the bugs that need to be fixed on the fly, they are always keeping an eye out on things, making sure everything's working. So big, big round of applause for them, because without the team, none of this would be possible. So I will give you guys the opportunity to introduce yourselves, or just say hello, or say whatever you want. You don't have to, but if you'd like to.
I'm down to start.
Yeah.
Hi guys. I'm Flair. You guys know me as Flair, Flairin, stuff like that. I'm actually Sam. Nice to meet you all. Might as well say my full name if everyone's else is saying their name too. But so I am community manager for Dragon Adventures. I love it here. I was a mod here for a long time. I believe I was promoted to trial like 3 years ago, which is wild. I love getting to know you guys, and I love getting to talk to you guys. I get to talk to you guys about everything that's coming to DA, what you guys want to see, things like that. I love to be able to talk to you guys, and being here is amazing, and I'm so glad that I now get to work with a lovely development team to bring you guys the best DA experience you could ever wish for. So, yes, I have grown from trial to moderator to lead moderator to admin to general admin, and now I'm here. So, it's been a journey. It's been a journey, but yeah, I'm here. Nice to meet you all in voice if you haven't heard me before, and I'd love to pass it on to anyone else who is willing to intro
Yay.
themselves.
Sure.
Anyone else? Yeah.
Hey guys, White Theory here. I'm sure many of you have seen me over the last few years working on Dragon Adventures. I'm the lead engineer, and trust me, we do our best to address all of the issues, as they said before. That's right, the GOAT.
Yay.
Yay!
Victory. All right. What about Ponian?
Hi
Or
guys. Yeah. Hi guys. I'm Ponian. I'm one of the engineers for the game. Y'all probably don't know me because I lurk in the shadows. I've been on Roblox since 2011. Um, Another game I've worked on before Dragon Adventures is Make a Cake. If any of y'all have played that before, I've been on the team since September. I enjoy playing the game. It's a lot of fun. Some of the features I've worked on were Strafe Mode and the Snowdown mini game for the winter event.
oh yeah.
I was talking about Make a Cake. This is
Yeah.
great.
It's such a peak
That's
game,
peak.
man. I'm telling you. I used to play that. Like I love Make a Cake. And then Ghostron Dude,
Yep.
you
Yeah, so
are behind a lot
hey
of the great
guys.
features recently.
Yeah. quote unquote
Go ahead.
great. But yeah, hey guys, my name's Gosharn, dude, or you can call me Gost for short. My real name's Christian. I am a new dev here at Dragon Adventures, and it's absolutely amazing to be here working on such an amazing game that we have here. I've been on Roblox for more than half my life now, since 2015, and I'm happy to bring you guys anything and everything.
Yeah. Awesome. Let's go. Yeah, we have a great team here, and we all just tame dragons at the end of the day. We tame dragons, you know what I'm saying?
We their dragons.
Okay. So I think to start off, before we get into questions, is we'll just talk about some of the general themes. So the first thing that we will discuss is the season pass. Okay. So I want to start off with saying that the reason that we did the season pass overhaul was to make the pass more interesting and give you all more to do throughout the month. So we wanted to reshape the pass from being something that you could finish halfway through the month to something that could be worked on all month long and give you guys stuff to do all month long. Now, I know that not everyone has been pleased with this season pass, and for a few reasons, such as the rewards, the perks, etc. But I do want you all to know that your feedback is helping us to learn and to tweak this pass and make it better every month. And it might not seem like that, but I promise, like, we are actively working, and this is a learning process for us, right? So we are actively observing feedback always, as I just said, to better learn the kinds of things that you guys want to see with it. And I do believe there's some questions that have been submitted about the season pass, so I think we'll dive into that more in a little bit. But I just want to touch on a few of kind of the big topics that are happening right now. The next thing that we'll go into real fast is our upcoming event, Valentine's. Okay, ready? The theme this year for Valentine's is heartbreak. Oh yeah, and we have a lot of cool stuff. I'm so excited. We have a super cool new dragon and a redesign of a dragon, which you guys already know about. It is the Torada that is getting a redesign. And get ready, the Valentine's Island will be returning this year. It's been quite some time since we've seen that, but it will be coming back. But yeah, for this event, there's going to be a lot. I mean, typically, as you see in our events, it's mostly returning content, right? We try to just keep the same structure for our events, but we're going to be doing a new mini game, and we're going to be doing a new Heartbreak Weather event. So this event begins on February 20th. And of course, we're going to be posting teasers here for you guys over the next couple of weeks. So be sure to keep your eyes peeled because I really am so excited. All of our artists and everyone has been working super hard to create a really strong theme, and I think you guys are going to love it. And actually, I would like to call on Barbed Wire Bats, who may or may not have a teaser for you guys if you'd like to see it. So if you direct your attention to the no mic chat, Barbed Wire Bats, would you like to post anything?
I'm gonna yell at Dino for getting you barbed wire.
Ah! What is it?
Da-da-da-da-da!
Ooh! I'm
Woohoo!
telling you guys, the theme this year is going to be so strong. It's going to be so good. I hope you guys love it. Yeah. Okay. So, I don't know if Barbed Wire Bats has anything else to post. If not, that's okay. We can move on. And if so, we can move on anyway. And you can keep posting stuff if you'd like in there. Just maybe keep your eyes open for that. Okay. Now, what I know you guys really want to hear about is the Vidraki event. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we're still fine tuning some of the details for this event, but the event itself will be 3 weeks long and everyone will have the opportunity to obtain a Vidraki. Now you will have to work for it. Of course, this is a very, very high value dragon. As you all know, I don't have to explain that to you. But the biggest question that I want to answer right now is the live event and the event itself. So those are kind of two separate things. The live event is a one-time pre-planned production that you will have to be in game to see. If you are not able to be in game for this, though, don't worry. We're going to record it. and it will not impact your chances of obtaining the Vidraki throughout this event. The live event is purely a fun kickoff to the event, and it will be only a couple minutes long, but it will essentially mark the beginning of the 3-week event in which you all can then play for the Vidraki. The team is working to cook something up really cool for that. We've never done anything like it before. I'm really excited for this, so don't miss it. If you are able to be on for it, make sure that you are. This will be on March 13th or Friday the 13th. So stay tuned for more information about that. And it's on Friday the 13th, so evil Vidraki. I'm kidding, that's actually not, there's no evil Vidraki, but it is funny. The date is funny that it's Friday the 13th. But yeah. Okay. So those are some of the big upcoming things. And before we go into answering questions, I just want to briefly explain kind of just why we do what we do and what shapes our decisions for the game, right? Like, this is a very open topic. There's no easy way to, there's no like black or white answer. But again, the reason that we are here, the reason we do what we do, and the reason we get up every day and work on this game is because of you. This game would not exist without you all, our incredible players, our incredible community. And I think I'm speaking on behalf of all the team here, but each one of us absolutely loves this game, loves Dragon Adventures, and we take a lot of pride in the content that we produce for you guys to enjoy. And I've already said it, I'll say it again, like, your feedback really is essential because it shapes the decisions that we make, it shapes the content that we produce and release. And I really do promise that we hear it every week. We take a look at general like feedback themes and we make changes based on it. But yeah, and a lot of, in terms of answering the question, like what shapes our decisions directly, like behind the scenes, a lot of it just has to do with the balancing of the game, of course, what we think players are going to like, what time of the year we should put it out. There's just so many factors, but I mean, it's really, we take heavy consideration on what you guys want to see and what you guys tell us. So thank you all, because it's not possible without you guys. Now, I think we can just get right into answering questions, unless any of our team here wants to add on to anything.
I think it's pronounced Vidraki, Sarah.
How did I say it?
Vidraki.
What?
Vidraki.
Wait, how's it said? I said Vidraki.
Vidraki.
What? Did I say it? Okay, Vidraki.
That's better.
Vidraki.
Okay, I thought I said it like that. All right. Okay, sorry guys. You know, even the pronunciation of dragons gets me too. Okay. All right. So, if there's nothing else, now we can answer some questions. And I am going to go through the list, and here's the deal. There were a lot of questions. There were a lot of questions submitted, so I rounded them up kind of to the best of my ability, and I'm going to try to cover as many as possible. And just cover like general themes that I saw. But you guys are also free to submit any questions in real time, and we'll see if we can get to those after. Now I know the chat is moving like super fast, but you know, if you need to ask it more than once so that we see it, that sort of thing. But let's start, and some of these I've already answered, but just in case anyone joined within the last few minutes or anything like that, we can cover those again. So, how long will the Vidraki, did I say it right? Vidraki event last? It will be 3 weeks long. Will attending the live event be required to obtain the Vidraki, or is it optional? It is optional, but it will be super cool. So I would suggest being in there for that. This is honestly kind of a repeat question, but will players who miss the live event still be able to obtain the dragon? Yes, that is not a worry at all. Will the Vidraki egg hatch only Vidraki? Yes. The only dragon in the Vidraki egg will be the Vidraki. So don't worry. There won't be any hatch chances or anything like that. And then another question that I saw was, will Vidraki eventually be added to the legacy shop? And likely, I don't have, some of these I don't exactly have solid answers for, but for this one in particular, probably not. I think a lot of it also depends on how the event goes. Is the value of the dragons still super high? How are the players feeling about that? I think that will be one of the things that shapes our decisions moving forward about what dragon goes in the legacy shop or how they're available. And that leads me into the next question, which is, will the Vidraki event be a one-time event or will it return in future years? That also has a similar answer to the previous question. It just depends, but I also, and I'm not gonna just throw words out there, so don't take my word for this necessarily, but I do think you guys would like to see Alachura come back, right? I'm looking in the chat. No, yes, no, yes. Okay. I'm
Been a
not
lot of
saying
yeses.
there's no plan for it, but I do think if Vidraki does not return, then there might be some options for other high value dragons. So just stay tuned. Nothing in the plans. So don't hold me to that. But it's definitely things that we are considering. Sorry, Flair, did you start speaking? Did you say anything?
I just said that there was a lot of yeses. In the
Okay.
chat.
Good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Will more relic dragons be added outside of the season passes? Outside of the season pass, probably. And again, there's no plan for that, but I think, we reserve relic dragons for very special occasions, as you know. So, will there be more in the season pass? There might not be because we kind of wanted to go with the vibe of like Vidraki and how rare that was. So for season 1, we did a relic dragon, but I think outside of that, there's definitely opportunities to add in new relic dragons. But I do think we're going to do that kind of sparingly. So we'll see. Let's see. Will relic dragons ever become breedable? Probably not. So when it comes to, I know we did a breeding wave a couple weeks back, and we're going to do another one here before too long. And our focus for the breeding waves is legacy season dragons. And the reason for that is because I think if we made like event dragons, so for example, like we'll take winter event. If we made those dragons breedable, then them returning every year for the event wouldn't, it wouldn't hit the same. You know what I mean? So I think we're going to do, and in the season passes, like moving forward, there's going to be a returning legacy season dragon. But I think if we do make any dragons breedable, it will probably be those legacy season dragons until all of those become breedable. And then maybe we'll look at some of the other dragons. And then maybe, I mean, who knows? Probably not the relic dragons, but maybe, I mean, down the line. So again, just hard to tell. With 2 dragons per season now, how will returns work in the future? So I think this question is referring to how, like, next January, will the dragons return? And if so, which one will return? And the plan right now is every single season from now indefinitely moving into the future is going to have 2 new dragons every month. And while we still have so many legacy dragons, we're going to keep returning those. And once maybe all of those have been returned, then we can start reintroducing like season 1 dragons from last month and season 2 dragons from this month. You know what I mean? So that's probably how we'll look at it. And then, will legacy season dragons become breedable? Yes. We touched on that a little bit just a minute ago. Are there ongoing plans to remodel or reanimate older dragons? Yes. So one of the focus, or what my focus at least, is to introduce to you guys more world dragons and more redesigns. And I think some of the world dragons have been in the game for years at this point, and some of them might be due for new animations or a new model or anything like that. So we're going to start to shift our focus onto maybe touching up those dragons, adding a few more world dragons, because world dragons can be really cool. There's so much versatility with those. So that's my plan. But of course, we're looking over the next, few months, like throughout 2026, will these start to get rolled out? Because it takes 5 weeks to create one dragon. So it's just a slow process because of our production team, and we just want to make sure that everything is the highest quality as possible for you all. Okay, what was the hardest dragon to make? So there's how many dragons are in the game now? Like 200? So at least in my time, now I said at the beginning I've been here since May, but I actually have a funny story for you guys, and I think the rest of the team here would sigh if I mention it. But the Volt Storm, because let me tell you, the Volt Storm was it is a beautiful dragon. But oh my gosh, y'all, when I was working on this and getting this into the game, it was doing headstands and it was flying upside down. It was the funniest thing. And we were working up until the day before to correct it. And it was just, I mean, that dragon was going crazy, let me tell you. So that probably in my time has been the most difficult dragon to work on, but it was beautiful. I mean, and it was worth it, you know. It's a fantastic dragon, has a fantastic design. Will players be able to vote again on which dragons get remodeled? Now, a question that I have for Flair and the rest of the team, was voting a thing at one point for redesigns or remodels?
I don't
From what I
recall
can,
players voting.
yeah, but I'd be down to open a forum
Yeah,
for it.
because this question was phrased as again, but that would be really good, honestly. I would love to have you guys kind of choose which dragons we redesign, which ones you want to have prioritized. I will tell you, actually, I'll tell you guys a couple of the dragons that we're looking at redesigning right now. Let me pull up. The Agricos, did I say that right? Is being redesigned right now. And then we also have the Taihoa being worked on. So we have a couple that are being worked on right now. We're going to push those out. There's no specific release date for those yet. But I think those will be dragons that when we have a lighter week and there's no huge release, we'll send one of those out for you guys. But the artists are doing a really good job, as always, and they're going to look cool. I hope you guys like them. We'll get teasers out, you know, once we have a definitive release date for those. Okay. Will more dragons receive special attacks instead of basic bite attacks? So I saw a question and I think it was asking whether or not like world dragons would get special attacks. And the answer to that I think can be yes. But if we introduce special attacks for dragons, like some people might not want a dragon with a special attack, you know, or um I'm gonna look at the chat and I want you guys to answer. Would you prefer that special attacks be like a drop chance in an egg? Or would you prefer that it just yes? No, yes. Lots of yeses. Some no's. Okay. Okay. All right. Because not everyone would want a special attack. Well, we can make it work in both ways. So the way we're doing it right now, for example, Lunar New Year's dragons. So if you hatch any of the Lunar New Year dragons, they will have the fireworks special attack. And we can still probably do that for events, but maybe for other eggs or just world eggs, maybe it could be like a drop chance. Okay. Will dragons mentioned in the lore stones ever appear in and be playable in game? So that's referring to the dragon aspects. And there's a lot that we can discuss when it comes to lore. Lore is something that we need to put a little more focus, I think, on lore because there's so much opportunity for storytelling. I think the hard part for us right now, or at least for me, is like, where exactly do we want that lore to go? Where do we want to place it? But I do think it would be cool to introduce this stronger storyline. And another question that I saw as well was, will lore stones be present in event world? So for example, I think the example given was solstice world, and I think that's a really good idea, and just working to overall build this super strong story for DA. But maybe any of those dragon aspects or dragon like gods, I think it would be cool if there's some event or some mission you can do to obtain those dragons. But it's something that we're thinking about. But yeah, we'll see. I'll keep y'all updated. Will there be a way to switch between bite and special attacks? Yes. And actually, I
That
will
is on
turn
our
to
roadmap.
yeah, I'll
Mhm.
turn to our team for that. We've been talking about that a little bit because I know that you guys might not always want to use a special attack if your dragon has one, so we're looking to add an option to switch between it. Are there plans to add a new world in the future? Yes, of course. Worlds are things that we do. I mean, the time between when we released Shinran World and Prehistoric World was like 4 years, right? So we're not gonna wait that long. But of course, like there'll be another world that comes. Yeah. And I guess I would love to know what kind of world you guys would like. That's the big question. Cave world? Cosmos world, that'd be cool. Big cave, space world, okay. PvP world. PvP world, okay.
What about Evil World?
Evil world.
What was the old villain of DA? His name was like Gilbert, I think, right?
Oh, I remember Dom Boy Bean. I said his name wrong. Dommy Boy Beanie telling me about that, about how there was a villain in DA, right?
Yes.
Yes. I believe it's Gilbert.
Okay.
It's very old. It's a very old concept, but
Yeah, we should.
yeah.
There was some talk of us, tying the lore into that old villain, and I think we should do that. Okay. All right, let's see what else we have. How long does it usually take to design and model a dragon from concept to release? About 5 weeks, give or take a few days. But yeah, typically 5 weeks per dragon. Have dragon movement or flight speeds been rebalanced or nerfed over time? Not that I know of. And flight theory and flare, you guys might be able to answer that a little better than I can. I'm not sure if like the way the stats are done has changed or anything like that.
Time over the last maybe year and a half, we did have a review of some of the stats for several dragons,
Okay.
and they did get changed.
Okay.
There were quite a few of them, so I don't know which ones exactly, but there was a balancing thing we had going on a while back.
So it sounds like it's more like case by case, that adjustments are made. And big shout out to our QA testers because they are the ones that do all the stats for the dragons and they do a fantastic job and they keep everything balanced and equal. And so just quick mention of them there because they always do such a great job. Okay. Are there plans to improve or expand dragon inventory limits as more dragons are added? Honestly, yes, we need to do that because how many dragons do we put on average per month? Anywhere from like 2 to 4. Um and really it depends, but at that rate and we're already if not at 100 or not 100, 200, then like we will be very soon and we're going to start, just pumping out more and more dragons. So I do think we'll have to allow for more inventory expansion and maybe just take a look at all of that because I know that was a theme over the release yesterday with the season pass, um, with the slots and also the prices of upgrading your slots. So it's on our radar. But yeah, I think we'll have to do that. Okay. And then the last question that I have on my list is what is the plan for the economy? All right. So it's no surprise, you guys all know this, that some dragons are very, very expensive. And we, of course, are aware of that. So, how do we fix it, right? There are a few temporary solutions for fixing the economy. And that comes in the way of bringing back high value dragons or just making them easier to obtain. So, for example, like the Vidraki event, we're bringing that back because people love the dragon. And also because it's, how much does it cost now? Like 1 billion coins? Yeah, yeah. And so, so one approach is bringing back items or dragons that are absurdly expensive and make them more common so that naturally brings the price down. But that doesn't fix the core issue within the economy. So we've been observing kind of everything within the economy for a little while, and we're drafting up a plan to attack the cause of inflation at the source. And while this approach is more effective in the long run, it does take longer for you guys as the players to feel the effects. So this is something that we're going to continue to work at. And there's been some questions as well about whether or not we could just raise the coin cap. And the answer to that is no. And here's why. Dragons and items were never supposed to get anywhere near that expensive. So instead of raising it, we're going to work to kind of rebalance the economy so that nothing even gets close to that amount. Does that make sense? But as I just said, it will take a little bit of time to get to that point, but we are working on it. So, yeah, okay, so that's the list of questions that I have. So, now if you guys want to ask some questions in chat, or Flair, do you have any questions? Does anyone have any questions that like they have seen and they want to answer? If so, by all means, you can.
I feel like I can do my best to address what a lot of you guys have been saying in chat about the slots to the best of my ability from my point of perspective, because I know that there's a lot of you guys that are asking about it right now. So, just to give a recap on what I sent out last night, but we had made changes according to your feedback on why 30 slots should not really be temporary, because those going away would kind of cause issues. And so from there, we ended up making them permanent, but we ended up reducing the number to 10. And I had posted this in dev feed like January 14th, around that time. And so at that point, I had tried my best to specify in the post that, hey, this is going to be changed to +10, and then those perks from season 1 would be permanent, and then they would go on to season 2. So I understand that there's probably a lot of I understand that there's probably how my message was a little bit unclear, and I definitely want to try to improve that going further on my end, because I know that there's a lot of you guys that are chatting about it right now. But yeah, that's kind of where it is on my perspective. And so I definitely agree going forward. I think it would be good to kind of work on the communication in game in terms of that, because I know that that was not necessarily clear. But I hope that kind of helps explain it a bit.
Yeah, and us as the team, you know, I'm seeing a lot of comments about the soft locking, and I mean, we'll have to figure out something for it, but and yeah, I mean, as Flair was saying, right? It was everything that happened with the switch between season 1 and season 2 was intentional, but like on our part, but that was not clearly communicated to you guys. So that's why the switch, like I understand the switch from 30 slots to 10 slots. Like that's really jarring. Like I too, I mean I would be upset if that happened to me, but you know, I think for us it's just okay, this happened. So what do we do about it? How do we resolve this, you know? And um you know, we're talking internally about it, but yeah.
I think one of the potential solutions we can go about the soft locking issue is allowing you to select which specific slot you can exchange between your dragon lair and your stable. And hopefully you'll be able to pick out any dragons that you don't need from your stable.
good idea. Here, I'm gonna take notes. Yeah, because I think at this point, I mean, I think the uh the big thing that I'm seeing from y'all is just bring back the 30 slots, and we'll just have to look kind of internally at what that might look like if we did bring that back, but we're going to figure out a solution one way or another, or at least make this so that it's not such a big inconvenience, but we're going to talk about it. And yeah, but Pony, and I'm going to write down your idea. But yeah. What else?
I can probably bring up a couple interesting questions I saw from the
Sure.
Q&A from the Dev Q&A channel as well.
Yeah.
So it
You
is the dev
actually
team. Oh, yeah.
No, sorry. I don't know, but Senior Portosaurus is here. I didn't realize that our animator friend was here. So
Hello?
mentioned to hello, our
Yeah, I
animator
accidentally
behind
pressed a
all.
button and I muted myself because I didn't want to ruin your.
No, that's okay. I'm glad you're here. And Senior Portosaurus does our dragon animations, so um big shout out. But glad to have you here. Okay, anyway, Flair, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I saw some really fascinating questions as well in the Dev Q&A that rather than just answering them, I wanted to kind of leave it up to you guys to also give us some ideas on it. So to start out, is the dev team looking into additional ways to ease the difficulty of communication with age verification and age-based chat, such as a quick chat system in regular worlds, improve matchmaking with chat group APIs, etc. So I think that a lot of those are good ideas. We recently implemented a trading chat into the Undercity world. So if you want to trade with players, you can put out an offer with like just a casual chat. And then from there, that kind of helped players to be able to actually put out offers and have players look at them. Some feedback that I have seen is having those chats exactly be shown up in Roblox chat so others can see them, which is something that I have mentioned as well. And yeah. So I wanted some thoughts from you guys as well, because I had also noticed that players had given me feedback. They thought about like a similar chat system to the Animal Jam chat system, where you could put in bubble chats of specific things, and then I had also bounced off that with maybe stickers or something. Like maybe the artist could put together stickers for in game that shows like a dragon saying hi, or one saying be right back, or like trade me, or things like that, or like cool dragon. Do you guys think that that would be something that you guys would like? Stickers that I've seen in other games. Getting a lot of yeses. All right. All right. This is good stuff. Okay. Yeah, and then I would love to see the artists go wild on stickers like this. So this is feedback that I'm grabbing. The artists are amazing at their work, so good stuff there. Alrighty. So, another thing that I've seen, will Era Cosmetic World Dragons ever become available again, such as SAR, Rock, and etc. So the thing with the Era Cosmetic Dragons is a lot of the Arrow Dragons I've seen go for a really high value, and so I would love to hear your thoughts about bringing maybe the Arrow Cosmetic back in some way that doesn't affect its value so much, but that it brings it down to like a reasonable value. Do you guys have any ideas for something like that?
Yeah, I think
Any
that's a good point.
thoughts?
Because, well, and here's the thing as well, because Error Cosmetic Trait, it's hard to obtain right now because we want it to be super rare. So what we could do is like if we bring Error Cosmetic Trait like into the game more frequently, we make it easier to obtain, the rarity of it will go down. So I think the question is left up to you all, the players, of like, would you rather be able to obtain this cosmetic trait more and have the value go down, or keep it as something that's super hard to get?
Someone mentioned co-hatching. Like, would we think it'd be something
More
special
than
if maybe when you co-hatch two dragons together, it has a very small chance to become error, or
I think that'd be fun.
maybe like a breeding possibility.
That'd be
think
fun.
of it kind of like a shiny Pokemon in a way. Like you just have this like small chance of getting it, and it's like, ooh,
That's a good idea. Where and what we could also do, I mean, another question that I have for you guys is, do you want to see even more cosmetic traits that are super hard to get, kind of like Era Cosmetic, or would you rather it just be Era Cosmetic? No? Lots
okay,
of
a lot of
no's.
no's, a lot of
Okay.
no's. Okay, I think that error kind of fits as like the ultimatum type of cosmetic. I think that's rare. So
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, but I
Um,
think that having some small chance of maybe the error cosmetic coming out of regular mechanics such as breeding, things like that. Are
yeah, how would you guys feel about that? Having Era okay. All right. Well, let's write that down. We'll see what we can do.
heck yeah. Should be the only ultimatum. Yeah.
Add Era Cosmetic trait. City.
Speaking of errors, there's a good topic about error colors as well.
Yeah, I
Um,
saw a couple people mention that. So, Air Cosmetic or not Air Cosmetic, Air Colors, referring to like just literal colors that like aren't in the game and that are incorrect.
yes, I believe that
Oh.
Dan had or Flight has a good sorry, Flight has a good idea of that for the error dragons. If you want to speak on that.
Oh yeah.
Is my mic working? Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Yeah. From my understanding, air colors are not going to be removed from the game, but we are doing everything in our power to prevent them from new ones being added into the game.
Mm.
So if you have one, that's great, and I'm sure the value of them will stay extremely high. We're not going to remove them from the game, but we are not adding in new ones. And if we do, we will probably correct them.
How do you even
Not
get
the
an
old
air
ones, but
color?
new ones. They are old colors in the game that were actually removed, or
Uh,
as you know, we have dragons that hatch with presets. Um, Entering the data for the hatch presets is a little tricky because it's constantly looking back at, one bit of code says what it is and you have to put it in here internally.
yeah.
Well, sometimes a long time ago, the colors were input incorrectly, dragons would hatch with it, and that's how they got into the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I was dealing with
Yeah.
that yesterday. I was putting in those
you
hatch
were.
presets.
That's why I put those notifications there to prevent this from
Yep.
happening in the future.
Yeah,
Flight
no
Fury, are
more
you
new
over or
error
under 30?
colors.
This is an important question.
Under.
Under? Okay, because you sound like a younger version of somebody else that I know. I had to make sure.
Okay, well, I can't see that for long though. So,
All right, thank you.
Alrighty, I've got a couple more questions that I have written down. One more actually. So, will there be any further crafting in future updates? I feel like there was a great avenue for cooking up fruit or meat to be more filling for dragons, or give special effects, or some possible achievements, etc., etc. So, I saw this question. We don't have any plans on crafting per se right now. However, that is a very good idea, and I love to consider it. So, crafting, cooking. Give me some thoughts. Give me some thoughts on that. Like, what things can we make? Like, do you want to make cooked meat? Do we want to make roasted bacon? Things like that. Crafting food, cooking food for your dragons. Maybe they prefer soup. I saw soup in there. All right. Ooh. All right, this is good. This is good stuff. Pizza! I saw pizza in all caps. Okay. Okay, hot take. Pineapple on pizza is really tasty. I'm gonna say it
bad
now.
take. Worst take of the year.
Agreed. No, I
Oh!
love pineapple on pizza.
Yeah!
I'm with you
I
on
will
that.
always get
Also,
They're
pineapple on
lying,
pizza.
chat. They're lying.
oh, we
No,
have Double Dog
no.
Dare Me here, our environmental artist. Everyone say hello, Double Dog Dare Me.
Hi, double
They're
dog.
lying, chat. They don't like
Welcome,
pineapple on
brother.
pizza.
No.
They're
I love
lying.
it. I love it.
Oh my.
Pineapple on pizza
I've
is
never had it.
peak. It is
I see
peak.
a
If you
couple
never had it, you have
questions.
to try it.
Um, One question is, will there be a corrupted or ancient version of dragons? Um, actually, I need. Hold on. I started speaking before I really, because I saw another question that was similar to this. Oh my gosh, hold on. I always do this. Let me find it.
Double dog lore.
Okay, so a question that we got that was submitted beforehand was, is there a possibility of more dragon variants, such as, like, right now there's ancient and corrupted versions of species? And I also want to get y'all's input on that. Would you like to see more variants of dragons like that? Or just more dragons that have corrupted versions, stuff like that? Yes?
More,
Okay.
more.
All right. I got you. And then oh, there's another one. It was someone mentioned where is it? Now I lost it because I scrolled in the chat too far. But getting a notification when you have max eggs just as like a QOL thing. I think that's something we could do.
Yes.
If it's not, yeah. Okay. Write that down.
Okay, and then I think Flight mentioned a couple questions that he noticed if you want to take a peek. Leslie.
Where? Hold on. Yeah, let me write this. So we don't lose any ideas because we want all the ideas to be written down.
Yes.
Okay, more variants of dragons, more corrupted, more ancient. And then add max egg notification. I think we can do that. Okay. Okay, yeah, I see. How will Veed event work? Is it going to have a Robux option? Will be a mission type like the lunar one? And will it turn every year? Okay. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you want me to speak on that? I had a
Yeah.
couple
Yeah,
thoughts
you
from just
can.
my understanding. Okay. So how is the Vajreki event going to work? Well, we can't really spoil how it's going to work because we still want it to be a surprise. But there will be tasks as you know that you'll have to do, of course. Is it going to have a Robux option? No. I believe the team has already, talked about it. We're not going to make any monetization during the Vajreki event. It's going to be 100% fair. If you play, you have a fair chance to get it. There should not be any, easy ways to do it. Will it be a mission type event like the lunar one? It's going to be similar in that there are tasks you can do repeatedly, but it's not going to be formatted in the same way as Lunar New Year, where it's like do this and then do this. From my understanding, at least right now, will it return every year, every couple of years? This was already answered earlier, actually, but as of right now, it's not going to return every year or even couple of years. If it does return, it might be skinned under a new dragon. I believe that's what you said earlier, Sarah.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean there's no concrete plan right now. It really just depends on kind of how things are looking after the event, and yeah, we'll see. And if people love it, then sure we can bring it back, but there's no solid plan right now.
Right on.
Let's see what else. What about an angels versus demons event? That would be such a cool theme for an event. Do you have any plans for the shadow from Easter event? What is the shadow? I think there's something I don't know here. Let's see. I'm just reading through the chat, trying to see.
What was the question?
Well, the one I just read out was, do you have any plans for the shadow from Easter event? What is the shadow?
Shadow events in the Easter? Do they mean corrupted? There is corruption in the Easter event. Open
Okay.
merch worldwide? That's up to Roblox.
I think that
Yeah.
answers the question, by the way.
Yeah.
That's completely on Roblox.
Yeah, that's not something we can do.
Yeah. Merch items are they're attached to the merch, obviously, and the Roblox merch program is US only right now. That's up to them entirely.
Sure. Here's another question about the fishing limits that we keep on getting. We introduced the fishing limits in an effort to get players to move between all of the worlds. I sort of envisioned it, well, not just I, but the entire team envisioned it as a way to, like a daily task, sort of. So we have daily treasure chests in each world. Players go there, they get their chests, they move to the next world. We kind of envisioned it go there, get your fish there, move to the next world. As for it's really how it's going to work with Fishing Frenzy, I believe, and I don't know if this has been completely solidified between the team, but the limit during Fishing Frenzy will be removed. So if it's in a world where it is currently limited, there will not be a limit during the Fishing Frenzy's duration of that world. So you will
Oh.
still be able to go to each area and be like, I want to fish here for this time. It moves in an hour. Go to the next place, fish there infinitely.
Yeah. However, if you guys like don't like the fishing limit as a concept, like is there any other ideas that could help kind of encourage players to kind of go into other worlds and fish as well? Better loot. You mean like better rewards from fishing? Maybe there's like a good reward in like specific worlds that you have to go to. Could we do that? Seeing a couple of yeses on it.
Make a global market in Trade Hub in Undercity? Global market. Y'all bear with me. I'm trying to read through all of these. The chat's moving so fast.
How are you meant to read it? It's going a million miles an hour.
I know. I have to like scroll up a little bit so it doesn't just refresh every. Wait, I thought it was only a day for the Vidraki event. It is the Vidraki event is 3 weeks long. For those that have joined after we talked about that, the live event is just a fun pre-planned production that will kick off the event. It will not impact your chances of obtaining the Vidraki. As of right now, you won't get anything from the event, although maybe we could do a fun item. That's definitely something I've been thinking about. But it will not, it will, if you're not there for it, it will not impact your ability, and it's just a fun thing. But you have to be in game to see it. It's only going to be a couple minutes long, and it's just a fun kind of kickoff. Is there ever going to be an error element? That would be cool. Lore Stones update. Yeah, we do need to focus on lore a little more. There's a ton of room for cool storytelling in Dragon Adventures, and I think we need to take a look at that. Make all of
What
the
if-
dragons evil dragons because they are evil. Okay. Evil Dragon Adventures. I'm kidding. We're not gonna do that.
A lot of people are asking about the brand deals we've had, such as with Amazon and Lego.
Mhm.
Are dragons such as the Featherfang going to return? Well, since they were brand events, from my understanding, likely not. Is that the case? Yes.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing some merch questions in here. It's hard for me, or I think really us as a team, to speak on merch, because there's another team that deals with a lot of that. But in terms of, shipping to other countries, I mean, Flight Theory, you said kind of up to Roblox if they allow that, right? I'm not really sure
That's
how
just
that
for
works.
in-game selling. I believe they're asking about the Twin Atlas website. We'd have to
Okay.
ask the merch team about that
Yeah, I'm
because
not sure
we have
because
no information on that.
yeah, we have a team that does all the merch stuff.
Hello, this is Merch Team. The
Hi.
in-game prices are directly pulled from the website. We can't make them different, sorry.
No, they're asking about stuff on the Twin Atlas website if we ship it internationally.
Oh yes, those are fine. It is only if you buy in-game that's limited because Roblox has to sort out like all the laws and stuff regarding virtual items being purchased.
Could we possibly see a return of Misc worlds such as Accessory Island and Leisure? I have seen I do miss the Accessory Island world where you go in and then you do like fashion shows with your accessories and you'd be able to spin for more accessories. Something like that could be really fun.
Oh my
And
god.
also, accessory stacking is still in the works, by the way, guys, because I know that's like a big one. But Accessory Island, I would love to think about how we would do something like that again.
Now, what was the Accessory Island? I don't think I've ever. I think when I played, I never saw it, or like now, I don't know anything about it. So you can do like fashion shows. That would be so fun.
Yes.
We should bring
Yeah,
that
they'd be
back.
in-game fashion shows.
Oh my yes. I'm a
Mhm.
big fan of that. Okay. All right, here, we'll write that down.
We need a new hangout world. Yeah, that would be really cool. Speaking of hanging out, this is an idea that I had in my brain, and we talked about it a bit. Would you guys like I don't know if you guys play Horse Life, but in Horse Life there's a thing called wild mode where you can have your player turn invisible and then it would be like you're playing playing as the horse. Would we like that in DA? Okay. All right. Pointing on, I think we got your answer.
Alrighty, yeah. Coming soon.
Trademark.
Yeah, we've already been talking about adding this in.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Just figured I'd hype it up a little bit too. Heck yeah. I'm so glad because I have had this idea in my brain for so long and I was like, am I going insane? Like, am I the only one that wants this? I guess not. It's so good to hear. But yeah.
You're talking about like the wild mode, like being able to
Yes.
play like as the dragon. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, we can absolutely do that. We've had that kind of written down for a while. The big question for us is where, like, I guess I'm kind of asking the team this, but like just how we're gonna fit it in, like in the UI, right? We don't want to overload the UI with buttons, so right?
Yeah. We thought about a spinner wheel, like in Horse
Yeah.
Life, where
Oh yeah.
it's
An
the
action
UI
wheel.
wheel. The action wheel. That much better name for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's
So the feature
already been some
itself,
talk about adding it in
yeah,
under
the
this.
feature itself we absolutely can do. It's just might need a little time on kind of the appearance of it, where that button goes. Yeah.
A lot of people are still asking about the Vidraki event, specifically if it's going to come
Oh
back
yeah.
in limited quantities. I don't think we want to answer that like directly because we don't want to lock ourselves in. The event is still being worked on, so I don't think
Yeah,
we
we're
exactly have the
still
information on that.
there's a few questions that we can't answer because we're still kind of working out the details. But as we draw closer to the event's release, which is on March 13th, we'll be able to write up all that information, send it out to you guys, keep you in the loop. But there's just some stuff that, we don't really know yet, but that's okay.
I see a comment on base plot saving. I believe that's a data issue. I don't think we can do that because that would be so much data for one person to save plots. But it is a great idea nonetheless. But
I can foresee how that would work, but I wouldn't want to be the person who has to make that. That's gonna be a mess. We've had that thought before. I don't think that's something where, due to the way we handle plots currently, I don't think that we are in a great position to work on something like that.
yeah.
Someone was asking about swimming animations.
I don't think that would also be very viable. I mean, we could add it in for new dragons going forward, the same way we did with the breath animation, but
Like,
currently there's no real places to swim. So,
Yeah, there's not a lot of water spots in the game to swim in. That and
yeah,
I mean, how many dragons are in the game? Can you think of
it definitely
adding?
couldn't be retroactive. It'd have to be going on
oh
like
no, we
Yeah.
couldn't add swimming
new
animations, but I'm
dragons.
wondering, like, what
Yeah,
if we did, like, I don't know, like a water dragon or something that swims. Maybe I don't know.
We do
What
have
do you think?
Ocean World. I think maybe something like that. Like maybe when you're in Ocean World or like when a dragon is like underwater, it puts like a little bubble around their head just so like it looks like they're like swimming under it and like they can breathe in the bubble and like that would happen for dragons that aren't Ocean World dragons or dragons that aren't like fish based. Maybe. That could be
Yeah.
cool. Because I don't see how that would be too difficult to do, right? I think. I don't know.
Probably not.
Bubbles.
Bubbles.
Yeah, make it more immersive for swimming without necessarily the need for animations. A couple questions on Phoenix Cauldron. Is there anyone here that knows a little bit on that
Ooh,
that can speak on?
Eponian.
Yeah. All right,
Go for
Phoenix
it.
Okay.
Cauldron. So, yeah, I'm gonna just drop it. So, the Phoenix Cauldron is going to be a way to rebirth your dragons. Now, what does rebirthing entail? So, our genetic system, how we have all of our traits and stuff, uh, you can only improve that by breeding your dragon, right? And obviously, we have dragons that you can't breed. So, what's a good way to improve the genetics of a dragon you can't breed? Rebirth them. There will be requirements, of course, to getting the cauldron. There will be requirements to being able to rebirth the dragon. But that's all I'm going to reveal for now. Hope you're excited.
That's gonna be great. I'm excited to see that come to fruition. Someone was asking about removing the blocks on the daily slash weekly missions for the season. We've kind of made that in a way to like balance it out. Everything comes back to scaling, as Sarah said earlier. We probably don't want to remove the requirement to complete the prior ones because we want the I guess the simplest way to put it is a player needs to put in X amount of time to get X amount of reward, and that's really all it comes down to. This person keeps
The
on asking
dragon's
about the
design
book.
will remain the same
Yeah,
for the Phoenix
rebirthing your
Cauldron.
dragon will not change anything about its design. It will simply improve the genetics, or I should say change the genetics. There'll be more information about that in the future.
I don't okay, yeah, I love the creative mindset behind making a book on DA. This would be so cool to see. Like, this would probably have to be like a fan book, like nothing that's considered official, but that would be really cool. Like we have our creations channels where you can put, or actually we have our DA fan art channels where you can post like your book pages and stuff like that, so you can have people see it. But I think it's a really cool concept, and I would love to see like a storyline on it. That'd be super duper cool.
Another neat question is, will there ever be more Shadow/Corrupted dragons released? Will we ever gain a story on how the evil in Shadow started to truly fester in the land and how it affects the modern world of Dragon Adventures? Will the corruption ever spread to other worlds or events?
Ooh.
And I think that's a great one. I personally have brought up quite a few ideas relating to the corruption thing. Back when Dom was the project manager, me and him had some great plans that I think have currently been sort of backlogged for it. But I definitely want to see more Shadow and Corrupted things come up, especially
Yeah,
the
let's
spreading to other
do it.
worlds thing. One of the ideas I had is actually um, sort of like every day or even like X amount of time, day, week, doesn't matter really. The corruption spreading to a world and kind of getting players to go to that world. Going back to we want people to play all of the worlds instead of ending up just in Shinran world, just in prehistoric world. I feel like everyone gets to the end and they forget the middle. Well, there was a lot of time and effort put into these middle worlds where we really want to bring people back to it. So the corruption and different events that can revolve around that is definitely a great thing.
That's a great
I think.
idea.
Ooh.
We should talk about that.
Yeah, I'll definitely bring up my idea again. I have a little document. I'll talk to us later about it.
Nice. That's a good idea. Um, I was told that there's some people asking about PvP.
Oh, Nick is gonna love this one. Double dog, I mean.
Oops. Wow, you're
Um,
bad at this.
They can call me Nick. It's all right.
It's just a nickname.
That's right.
I'm
Ah.
actually on a first name basis with everyone here. Can you believe it?
Same brother.
Yay. Same here. But yeah,
Um,
PvP.
yeah. Okay, y'all. So PvP is coming back. I think most of y'all know that. And we uh, we have a plan, but the plan needs a lot of I don't even know the right way to talk about it. So what we're thinking, like PvP is going to come back, and we're gonna include some cool features with it. And I think the main focus with PvP, and that'll be in probably the fall. It's gonna be a bit, y'all, but we want to give you guys something more to do with the sub skills and the leveling system that we implemented over the summer. But yeah, PvP is gonna be coming back. It's gonna be cool. There's just a lot of what's so tough about planning it is there's so many things you have to consider. Like, what if someone is in combat and they leave? Um, like what's gonna happen if someone gets in a fight? Like, who wins, who loses? How's that determined? Like just what that is all gonna look like. But we're working on it, and PvP is coming back. That is 100% guaranteed. So
It's on the roadmap. Go check out the roadmap.
it is.
Definitely
It's
the
on the
roadmap that I
roadmap.
didn't misspell on. Totally
Yeah, but
not.
there's just a lot of little things. Yeah, we're working on it.
Please answer this. Will merch items ever be made obtainable in another way aside from buying the merch? Unfortunately, according to Roblox terms of service, merch items need to stay with merch, and that's very likely because um I think that there would be some like disparity between like paying for merch and then just getting it. So, but yeah, it is a Roblox terms of service thing. We can't have it be separate.
Yeah,
It,
I'm not sure what the like reason is, but it's on Roblox's end, so they can only be given out through merch purchases. Sorry, Double Dog, you were starting to say something.
yeah, I was just gonna I was just gonna say that it's up to Roblox. We don't have any control over that. What
Yeah.
the available countries are. They're saying, will the hold on, where's this question? What about those who don't want to engage in PvP? Will there be an option to not be attackable? Don't go to PvP world.
Yeah. So
I
okay.
better
So
not catch you. I better not
yeah,
catch
the
you.
way it will not be like you will not be forced into an area where there's PvP. You will have the option to engage in PvP and be in an environment that is purely for PvP versus one that is not PvP. So if you don't want to fight, then you don't have to. You will have that option. Don't worry.
Step outside of the safe zone.
Yeah, yeah. We're not like the Avengers. We jump people out here. I better not find you in PvP world.
Will we get the possibility of adding photos to the game, like pictures we can put on our plots? That's a good idea. Is that something we
Ooh.
could do? Like a
Add
picture frame,
photos?
almost. Yeah.
I don't think that's super feasible because of the nature that would bring in, a lot of moderation issues.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good idea though. Any news on elements? Skull Error asks, what do you want to know about elements?
While y'all are looking at that, that's a good one what you just responded to, Ponian. Can we get an editor to see colors, elements on dragons without using pots? So we have the Dragonpedia visualizer, and that's actually one of the first features I added to Dragon Adventures when I joined the team a few years ago. I always envisioned you being able to completely customize the dragon in that screen. You select the dragon, pick the colors, pick the materials on it, and just get to see what it would look like. Kind of like do I want to make this dragon before I go and spend all my potions doing it kind of thing.
It's very much possible.
Yeah, no, it's very possible. We've just never slated out some time to expand it. I don't think there's very much demand for it, but I think the few people who would like it would
No, is
probably
there demand
appreciate
for it, chat? Is there demand for it?
Is there demand? Demand it!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
Flight,
demand.
do not speak for the people, all right?
I think there's
I've been
I
wrong.
think
Okay,
I might be wrong, but there might be demand for it. I don't
there
know for
might
sure
be.
though.
Yeah, no, that's definitely doable with that without any extra hardships or anything. The foundation's already there.
Just a small demand. Very it's small, it's a little small. A little
Expect
small.
it soon, TM.
Soon,
Write
trademark.
that down. Write that down. I'm writing it down.
Replied to the wrong.
Oh no.
My fault. My fault, OG. My fault.
Make an option to see a cosmetic trait on a dragon before you actually put it on. Um,
Trait
Not in the
previewer.
Dragonpedia, due to it using a viewport frame. There's technical limitations behind that, but
Yeah,
if we changed it up to be more of a 3D, actually in the world kind of viewer, which
it's possible,
may
but
Yeah,
it
it's
would
a good
take
idea.
some
kind of
work.
foreseeing
Allow you
mobile
to
trying
make
to stream out a new area. There's some technical limitations on that for sure, but it's definitely doable.
A
a
lot
lot
to
of y'all
figure
like
out.
to theme your dragons, right? So like being able to see those cosmetic traits and see colors beforehand. That
Yeah, it'd be great if in the Dragonpedia you could save themes, especially if you were to select the colors and materials, and you could actually just click apply that on all the dragons, just so you can visualize it and what it'd look like. I think that's a good idea.
there's a
I
question
have
about the.
also
You go ahead.
my bad. My bad. I know that this was from a while ago. I remember seeing this, but someone had suggested maybe like trails for drakes because right now, a lot of worlds are like you could just fly everywhere, but we need to respect the drakes. I would love to see like more trails for drakes to run around, maybe
Oh.
in some of the worlds at least.
Audrina's asked me if we can reduce the price of colored mutation potions. That's actually not up to me, but I think in the current economy, reducing the price would be detrimental. I'm not exactly an expert on it, but I believe reducing the price would actually hurt the economy currently.
Yeah, adjusting anything with like coin prices and stuff like that, that's kind of hard for us to takes a lot of consideration when it comes to that stuff.
Yep.
A surprising amount. But
They're also
yeah.
they're asking why there's a refresh on the general store. That is a pretty good question. That's always been in the game even before I joined, and I believe I've been on the team longer than everyone
Yes.
here.
Mhm.
But I'm not 100%
It's
sure
older
why
than
that was
us.
there. It's just always been there. I think could maybe change it, but I see the value in it and that it would drive players to come check again later, which I think every game strives for, if we're being honest. Everybody wants a player to come back and play. So if you know the shop's going to refresh in 15 minutes, you might be inclined to come back and play in 15 minutes. I believe that's probably why it was added in and would be the reason it might not be removed.
Someone asked, will there be new animations for the dragons from Battle Pass, old dragons season, and old season dragons? There's a lot of dragons in the game that probably could stand to have like new animations. I mean, there's nothing wrong with any of the dragons because they all, they all look fine. But of course we try to constantly update and just make the dragons look as cool as possible as time goes on. But the thing is, like, there's so many dragons in the game, and with how many new dragons that we're pushing out, because I mean, as I said earlier, anywhere from 2 to 4 dragons, and sometimes more if there's like a crazy event or something like that. Um, it just takes so much time to kind of go through the pipeline of production for those. So if we did try to reanimate or redesign all of the older dragons, it would just take so long, and I don't think we have really the time with all the new ones that are going out. So we try to kind of in between new dragons, we try to schedule in some redesigns so that we can keep a somewhat steady flow of like updating them. Um, but yeah, so in theory, it would be great to have all of them reanimated, but it would just take a while.
Upmoss keeps on asking what are our opinions on generations affecting the prices of dragons so heavily that I predict Generation 1 would suddenly be so high in coin value. The genetics and cosmetic system is actually, I think, like the third or fourth major feature we added into the game when I joined. And we always figured that Generation 1 dragons would be worth more, but I mean, not worth more. So I'm saying that backwards. We figured the higher generation dragons would be worth more because those would be the dragons with the higher benefits, like they might have strong wing membrane 10 or more of those. We figured those dragons would be worth more than the parents who don't have those perks. And are there going to be any changes to help fix it, removing the generation number? Well, I think it's kind of neat knowing which generation it is, but I don't know what everyone else here thinks. I'm personally just not sure why Generation 1 is worth so much. I thought that the better ones would be worth more.
Yeah. And a a lot of stuff when it comes to like dragon values. I mean, that's determined by, the players. Like we don't have a whole lot of involvement with what is valuable, what's not.
How we
Um,
put in dragons does make a difference for value, but yeah,
Yeah.
a
yeah,
good
so
bit of it
one
as well is community.
the only thing that we do have control over is like the hatch chance and eggs. Which of course that obviously influences because then they're harder to get. There's fewer of them, so people are like, well, it's a rare dragon. Um, but I mean the Vidraki, for example, like I don't think anyone knew when the Legacy season 1 came out that this dragon would be so valuable. I mean, I wasn't that was how many years ago? 4 or 5 years ago. So of course I wasn't there for that. But, you know, I can't imagine that at the time that was expected, just stuff like that.
And the person asks if we're ever going to add in potions that have group chances to give colors. Kind of like the example they give is a blue color potion, which would give a random blue color.
Hmm.
That's an interesting idea, but I don't know if there is any counters of
Hmm.
that.
That's actually
I mean, it's just a
something
pretty good
interesting
idea.
to
That's a
consider. Yeah,
really good idea.
I don't think it would be in our
writing it
best
down.
interest to add that to the general shop and make it like super common, but I think this would be a great item to give players as like a reward for missions rather than just random color potions, maybe grouped ones.
That's a great idea. Write that down.
It's pretty good. Also, I want to circle back really quick about the generations thing. So, when the Phoenix Cauldron comes around, every time your dragon rebirths, it will essentially be the same dragon with different genetics. It will also increment the generation by 1, which I think, if you're determining the value of the dragon based off the generation, is going to be a trade-off, because you're getting better genetics for your dragon. So which one would you value more, a dragon with better genetics or a generation 1 dragon with base genetics?
Better genetics.
Yeah,
Do we
I
think
think it's time we
we're
add
good
in
for
some new
like
traits.
It's up for y'all to decide. If y'all think Gen 1 is better, like, to each their own.
Someone asked, will there be a way to add coins in trade? So we've actually considered that, but there's a few limitations on our end with doing so. So we're working on kind of expanding how many trade slots are available, at least for the time being. But we are taking a look at trading and seeing how we can make that a little more flexible for you all.
I got a question, but I think maybe we answer one more question and then I think we're good to wrap up. Just because we're definitely like over an hour.
Yeah,
So
that's okay. There's a lot of good questions. I mean, y'all
yes.
rock. Like, I'm very glad that we were able to just get good ideas from you guys.
Agreed. So the question that I saw was, will Galaxy Event have more robot versions of other dragons that aren't from Wasteland World specifically? Robosaurium is really adorable. I love that idea. We have the Roborus currently, which is a robo version of the Rockerus. So yes, I
Robosaurium
would
would
love
be
to see something like that.
awesome. That
It'd
is
be a cute
such
little
a
guy. Oh, I love that.
that is
Write it
such
down.
a good idea though. Has anyone done like a concept of that?
Herborium. Write that down.
Roborium.
Herborium. Write that down.
Oh, that's a great idea. All right, y'all. I think maybe we wrap this up. We're at about an hour and a half. Uh, I'll give another chance for anyone on our team to say anything. If you guys have anything else.
Sure. There's one last question I'd like to answer. Will there ever be an option to freeze our dragons when taking photos of it like in COS? The functionality to freeze your dragon's animations and position already exists in our customization mode, so I wouldn't see why that wouldn't be brought over. A lot of our content creators have actually been asking for some better camera controls too. So I think it's definitely something worth looking into. Just bringing that over to the camera system, make taking pictures a little bit easier.
Heck yeah.
That on top of hiding your character. I mean, being the dragon, which you can already do in the camera mode though. Yep, I think that's it for me. I'll catch y'all later.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you all for spending some time with us. Much love, and we got a lot of really good ideas. We're gonna take those into consideration, and yeah, it's awesome. It was awesome to be able to do this. So,
Heck yeah. It's nice to get to
all right,
talk to all
y'all.
of you guys here. See you guys on the flip side.
Bye.
Thank
Hi,
you.
everybody. Thanks for being
Bye,
Thanks
here.
for
guys.
coming. Bye-bye.
Great weekend.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Lol. The whole stage is all to me. I can do whatever I want now. No, I'm not gonna do anything. Bye bye.